In 1872, a young man set out on foot on a 500-mile journey across the state of Virginia. His name was Booker T. Washington, and he was heading for the Hampton Institute, a school that had been founded for the training of the freedmen and the freedwomen following the Civil War. Little did he know that he would become that school's most famous graduate.
He takes both agricultural courses as well as academic courses. He excels at both, but he's most taken by the philosophy that African Americans should try to build economic power through industrial education.
Booker T. Washington becomes the principal and leader of Tuskegee Institute in Tuskegee, Alabama, a school for African Americans, and creates it into something that no one ever saw before.
Under his direction, Tuskegee became one of the leading institutions of higher learning for African Americans in the country. His success brought him a great deal of national attention and launched him onto the lecture circuit. In 1895, he delivered his most famous and most controversial address. It became known as the Atlanta Compromise. The speech was artfully crafted to impress his largely white and extremely conservative audience. In the speech, Washington urged African Americans to focus on long-term economic development rather than continue to agitate for their civil and political rights.
He thought that it was best for African Americans to gain an industrial education and ideally translate that into land ownership, business ownership, and build up institutions of their own.
In a way, Booker T is saying we have to remember that our well-being relies on the goodwill of white people. And the best way to ensure our future is to make ourselves useful to white people rather than agitating for a partnership they clearly are not ready to give to us.
To his most searching critics, Washington was leading African Americans backwards towards slavery. But some of his behind-the-scenes efforts reveal a more complex picture.
At the same time as his public-facing politics were accommodationist, he's also funding anti-discrimination lawsuits challenging Jim Crow segregation. So he understood the problems of segregation. He was trying to find a way for the masses to survive and endure until the context changed.